Have you ever noticed how quickly your mind can turn a small moment into a huge problem? Imagine you send a friend a simple message. Nothing important, just a casual text. You expect a reply in a few minutes. But your phone stays silent. 5 minutes become 30, then an hour. Without realizing it, your brain gets to work. Maybe they're upset with me. Maybe I said something wrong. Maybe they're ignoring me. Maybe our friendship is changing. What's interesting is that none of these thoughts came from reality. They came from your imagination. Yet they can feel just as real as the truth. Why does this happen? The answer goes back thousands of years. Long before smartphones, emails, or social media existed, uncertainty could be dangerous. If our ancestors heard a strange sound in the bushes, waiting for proof wasn't always the safest option. Our brains slowly evolved to expect danger whenever the situation wasn't clear. That survival instinct is still with us today. Now it's an unanswered text message. A short email from your boss saying, "Can we talk tomorrow?" Or a friend who suddenly seems quieter than usual. Your brain doesn't like empty spaces, so it fills them with stories. And unfortunately, those stories usually lean toward the negative. Psychologists call this catastrophizing. It's the habit of imagining the worst possible outcome, even when there's very little evidence that anything is actually wrong. A delayed reply becomes rejection. One mistake at work becomes losing your job. A single awkward conversation becomes proof that everyone dislikes you. The strange part is that your brain isn't trying to hurt you. It's trying to protect you. From its perspective, preparing for the worst feels safer than being caught by surprise. But in modern life, this ancient survival system often creates stress that doesn't need to exist. There's another reason these thoughts feel so convincing. Your brain reacts strongly to negative possibilities. Imagine receiving 10 comments on something you created. 9 people compliment your work, but one person criticizes it. Which comment will you remember tomorrow? For most people, it's the negative one. This is known as the negativity bias. Our brains naturally pay more attention to possible threats than positive experiences. Thousands of years ago, this helped humans survive. Today, it often causes us to focus on problems that are either very small or completely imaginary. Even more surprising is how your body responds. When you imagine a future failure, your heart may beat faster. Your muscles become tense. Your breathing changes, although nothing bad has happened yet. Your body behaves as if the danger is already real. In other words, your imagination can trigger real physical stress. This creates a frustrating cycle. The more anxious you feel, the more negative stories your brain creates. And the more stories it creates, the more anxious you become. Eventually, you're no longer reacting to reality. You're reacting to your own predictions. Fortunately, there's a simple way to interrupt this cycle. The next time your mind starts creating a disaster, pause for a moment and ask yourself one question. What evidence do I actually have? Not what you're afraid of. Not what you assume. Only the facts. Very often, you'll realize that your brain has filled in the missing pieces with guesses instead of evidence. That doesn't mean ignoring real problems. It simply means refusing to mistake your imagination for reality. Your brain is an incredible machine. It works every second to keep you safe. But sometimes, the same instincts that once protected humans can also create fears that don't belong in today's world. So the next time someone doesn't reply right away, or life leaves you with unanswered questions, remember this. Your brain would rather invent a story than admit it doesn't know the answer. But just because your mind tells a convincing story doesn't mean that story is true. Sometimes, the most peaceful thing you can do isn't searching for answers. It's giving reality enough time to tell its own story.